Joining us now for more is Director of Senior Initiatives at the FreedomWorks Foundation, Clara del Villar, and host of Wise Guys, Johnny Tabacco. So I gotta, even when I say your name, I gotta say Johnny Tobacco. You know, you gotta.
I feel so stereotyped here. You know, I need a safe space.
Is she triggering you, John? Yeah. Have you been triggered?
You're assuming that I'm Italian. I need a safe space.
So I want you guys to take a look at this new ad promoting Governor DeSantis as president for 2024. Look.
Decline is a choice, and freedom is worth fighting for. We will stand firm in the faith. We will be courageous. Here I stand. I'm not backing down.
Tobacco.
I don't know. You know, these super PACs seem to be sparring it out. I find it highly amusing that Ron DeSantis has yet to announce that he's running for president. His legislature in Florida has now changed the law down there. They had this resign to run law where the governor would have to resign to run for president. They're switching that out, so it looks like they're setting the stage. But I was personally there when he came to Staten Island, New York. I was kind of, that's my hometown. I was kind of waiting to see. This is Trump country. This is MAGA land. Mike knows he was our congressman, okay? Right. And I went down there, and there was a line of people. I said, boy, I'm surprised how many Trump people are out to be DeSantis. I started talking to them. I would say 80% of the people there say, no, I'm still with Trump. But I want to hear what he's got to say. And I went to see Vivek Ramaswamy the other night at the Met Republican Club. Packed house. Most of those people were saying, I'm still with Trump, but I want to hear what Vivek's got to say. So to me, I think when the general public realizes Tucker Carlson's gone from Fox, if you haven't heard that yet on Newsmax this week, that's clearing the way for Paul Ryan and Karl Rove and all the rhinos at Fox to make Ron DeSantis their boy. He's going to be their poster child. All those Fox, all those MAGA people are going to see he's with them, DeSantis, and the regular people in Staten Island. There was only about 150 people. If you said Trump was coming right now, he'll be there in an hour. There'd be 10,000 people in the street. So I just don't think he's there. I think he needs a little more time. I think he would be smart to take the guy that got him in there in the first place and say, eat a little humble pie and say, I'll be your VP. Let's do this.
That's an interesting thought to him. I don't see him as VP, but even if he just said, you know, I'm going to wait it out and be a great governor and support the administration under Trump to, you know, make things as strong as we can.
Real quick before we go to the next subject, billionaire John Catsimatidis, he actually made headlines because he said that Ron DeSantis doesn't even return phone calls. Did you hear about that? He doesn't even return phone calls. He said he even had a friend of his who sat next to dinner with Ron DeSantis for the entire dinner and didn't even speak to him. Whereas you got Trump, who is just so magnanimous. His personality is bigger than this entire studio. So I think that also is going to hamper Ron DeSantis' run for president. He needs to really kind of, you know, bring out his personality if he has one.
Yeah, Clara, I mean, I want to give you the word here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Ron DeSantis needs significant polishing up here. But I also think the more interesting Republicans in the race, the better for us. And I'll tell you why. I think 50% of Democrats are questioning Biden's run. So remember, these are people that are going to be looking to our team more than we realize today. I think 6 months from now, 8 months from now, you're going to have other people in the race, whether it's Tim Scott, Mike Pence, you know, Ron DeSantis. So what I'm saying is welcome the new players on the team, because I think it will strengthen our message and point us to victory in 2024.
We have a bench, you know, and when you look at the Republicans,
we have intelligence.
You know, you got DeSantis, you got Nikki Haley, you got Tim Scott, you got Ramaswamy. We have a bench.
Common sense.
But I still, as an old football coach, I still say we ran the play with Trump and it worked. So I run the play.
Democrats don't have a bench. You don't think Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, I'll take our bench versus their bench.
I wanted to switch subjects real quickly to the southern border. Here's the United States Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, who, by the way, is the gift that keeps on giving, on the ending of Title 42. Take a listen.
After May 11th, our court-compelled use of Title 42 will end, and we will once again process all migrants under Title 8 of the United States Code. The return to processing migrants under Title 8 authorities will be swift and immediate.
So, Clara, I don't believe a word that comes out of Mayorkas' mouth. I mean, he has outright said that the border is closed. He has said that the Border Patrol that are standing there saying we cannot control this border, that it's not out of control, it is not a crisis. Now he's saying it's going to be swift and deliberate. And does any of this make sense to you? Because I think we have the biggest crisis on our border in the history of the United States, not only because of illegal migrants, but also because of the fentanyl and the cartels that are human trafficking and everything else.
This agency has been a disgrace to the American public time and time again. This leader, so-called leader, has been incompetent. He's been called out. There's nothing that he said that has been translated into action. And the American people are paying the price today and in the future in ways that we don't know yet.
I love how the Biden administration is trying to say, oh, now that Title 42 goes away, which is a Trump-era policy, but at least he didn't invent it, but he put it in place because of the COVID and because of other health policies, that once that happens, now they're preparing for the influx. When we've been seeing migrants pouring into this country, you have Mayor Adams of New York City himself saying migrants are destroying the city. When you have a mayor of the greatest, was the greatest city in the country saying, we can't handle this influx, they're destroying our city. It's costing $5 million a day. John Tabacco, what does this mean for the entire country?
Well, look, it was shocking for me to see Eric Adams actually start taking shots at his own party in Washington. But let me just say this. I literally thought we could never get a worse mayor than Bill de Blasio. And I kind of said that pretty explicitly. But I think Eric Adams is actually worse than Bill de Blasio. And when I see him doing this now, I think he's trying to get back on the good side of New Yorkers. But Eric Adams is an up-and-comer. I think he sees an opportunity there to take a few shots at Washington if he has aspirations to run for president. And here in New York, it's just unsustainable to think that we can keep paying for tens of thousands of people. And originally he said, we're a sanctuary city. Send us all your immigrants. Well, now he says, we can't take anymore.
On that note, when he was campaigning for New York City mayor in 21, Eric Adams tweeted out that New York City will remain a sanctuary city under an Adams administration. But here's what he had to say just a week ago. I want to play this side because you just mentioned it.
You know, the city is being destroyed by the migrant crisis, and none of my folks came to Washington, D.C. to fight for the resources that's going to undermine every agency in our city.
I mean, he should fix that. Biden is destroying this. Biden caused this illegal migrant crisis.
You sure
I fixed it for you, Eric
Clara,
Adams.
It's incredible.
Don't they blame Trump on everything? It's Trump's fault, is it not?
Or it's don't believe. Are you going to believe me or your lying eyes? As you mentioned, Lydia, the photos over the last 2 years of people pouring across the border, the millions of numbers that are, I don't know what the count is now, 3-4 million, and the lack of dignity in describing a process that is out of control. To me, it's a failure of epic proportions.
We're going to have to leave it there. I just want to thank you, Clara Del Var. And John Tabacco, thanks for coming on. We appreciate having both of you.
I'm getting one more shot. They said, bring me back for one more.
We're going to bring you one more time.